Hello and welcome back to another Walking Dead video, and today I'll be talking about the comicbook.com interview with Andrew Lincoln and Gurira because so much was revealed, and I think there was maybe a bit too many spoilers because we know one thing about Rick and Michonne, and then we know that the first scene is going to be a big thing, and that's really what I want to talk about today. Because Andrew really wanted to talk about the first scene in the interview and Danai stopped him, and even though he didn't say anything much more about it, the way he was acting that just gave off way too much. And the whole thing, reason why I'm talking about this, is because when he tried to mention the first scene, he gestured towards his left hand, and he was very quickly shut down by Danai. She was very much trying to keep Andrew quiet, I feel like, because Andrew just really wanted to talk about Rick Grimes and what's going to happen in this show. So it was very interesting, but this is really making me believe that the first scene is definitely going to be the scene where Rick loses his hand. We knew this was going to happen, and I've been theorizing it for months, but I've been speculating that it would happen later in episode 1 or 2, but it looks like no, we're going to start off this show with Rick losing his hand. We've heard many things about the show, and I think at the start, we've heard like weeks ago that the start of this episode is going to be quite insane. So that kind of tracks. So Rick's probably going to lose his hand right at the start of the show. In the first few minutes, Rick cuts off his hand, and then bam, introduction. And that would just be an amazing start to the show. And I have a theory of how we're going to lose his hand. I know a lot of people are already talking about it, but I've been talking about it for months. And I said it months ago that this shot right here with Rick bringing his axe down, I think he's cut off his own hand. The only time we have seen Rick with his left hand is in any of the shots relating to this forest at night in the red light killing walkers, because we see him with his left hand and it's chained up to something. I 100% believe that this show is going to start with Rick there at the CRM, kind of just killing walkers while being chained up. He's going to kill all the walkers. He's going to see a way to escape. And I believe he's going to cut off his own hand. He's that desperate. He's going to cut off his own hand to escape. And I think that would really convey well how desperate Rick is to get home. And then see him join the CRM later to show how broken they've made him. I don't think he's going to be bitten. I think that would be a very dumb idea to have Rick be bitten. I think he's going to cut it off as an escape attempt just to fail. And then that's like the intro. Like he killed all the walkers, sliced his own hand, and we see him run off into the woods. And that could be, bam, intro. And then throughout the episode, maybe we follow Rick on his big escape attempt or last escape attempt, because he's obviously going to be captured. And by the end of the episode, maybe that's when they're going to take him back. And that's when he decides, that's it, I'm going to stay at the CRM. I've lost my hand for nothing. That's how I think they're going to structure episode 1 now, because they've just teased way too much. I think we're not going to see a Rick and Michonne reunion in episode 1, so they could really take their time with this Rick cut off his hand escape attempt. It is just quite mad that this could be how they open the show. Like, they've spoiled way too much. They were doing good at trying to hide the fact that Andrew Lincoln's not going to have his hand in this show, but I feel like they went a bit overboard, and now then you had this big interview which spoiled so much, but then you have Andrew Lincoln, we really want to talk about the start, gesturing towards his hand, you're like, okay, so now we know he's going to lose his hand, but now we know he's going to lose it right at the start of the episode as well, which is quite insane. But please tell me down below, do you think maybe the gesture meant nothing? He's going to lose his hand a different way? I'd really like to know all your thoughts down below on what exactly this meant. Do you think he's going to lose his hand like I think, an escape attempt? Or are you one of those people that believe Rick is going to get bit and that's the insane start to the show? Rick's going to be bit and it's just a quick amputation. I'd like to know all your thoughts down below. But this is it for me today, so goodbye, peace out, and I'll see you next time.